Alright. News stuff, hooray. The part that I paid for. Yay. September 25th. It's been nearly a full month and things are starting to feel natural in school now. Well, at least compared to my old schools, except now I've actually made some good friends. I'm pretty sure we're good friends anyways. I don't really know how to measure friendship. Outside of that party a few days ago, I haven't hung out with any of them outside of school. If friends just hung out at school and good friends did stuff outside of school, where does that put us? Well, it's still early in the school year. I'll figure out the friendship conversion rate at some point. And it's not like I'm rushing either. Shades, focus! Leaving my current thoughts, I realize I'd have been in the middle of climbing a rock wall in this gymnasium. Why was I spacing out again? Oh, fuck. Oh, what the fuck? Why are my glasses still on? Those must be glued to my face. Oh, right. All the blood rushing through my head. We will be holding his funeral in about a week's time. Hopefully you can make it. Alright, peel yourself off my majestic gym floor and hit the showers. Made it just in time. I take my seat right next to Olivia and let myself relax for a second. Olivia is, as usual, doodling away on her notebook. I take a quick peek at her new work, curious to see who she's trying to turn into a caricature today. Instead, the page is filled with various scribbles of what looks to be a rat. That is one of my favorite posts ever made. The only piece of shading for its fur is just on its head, save for a white spot around its right eye. It looks like the same one she doodled on the note we passed around in history class. The mirrored mural shows it in various poses and scenarios, some basic and some pretty creative. There's even one wearing a cape and wielding a ridiculously giant sewing needle like a sword. These rat doodles of yours are pretty cute. Thanks. Actually, that reminds me. Look who else I drew over the weekend. She flips a couple pages of her sketchbook and holds it up for me to see. Much to my surprise, it's none other than Mia. Olivia decided to draw her as what I can only describe, in the most flattering of ways, as a druggy harlot. Her clothes are even more ripped than her usual attire. Her jacket is filled with all kinds of unflattering patches, and her hair is styled into a gaudy mohawk that only distracts slightly from her face full of piercings and rings. In fact, she has a couple of ring piercings her eyelids, to the point that I think it would be impossible to keep her eyes open from their weight. And that's not even getting into all the tattoos that Olivia has drawn on Mia's face. I can't help but let out a snicker at the sight. You like. She's sporting a smug grin as she looks my way. I mean, it's funny, but how can she even breathe with all those nose rings? Doesn't need to. She's full of hot air already. The girl chuckles at her own joke. I bet if she saw it, steam would blow out of her ears. Or ear holes. Yeah, she'd stomp around uselessly and do nothing else. Seems like you have a pretty good idea on how she works. She's just predictable. It's not rocket science. The babes are back in town. We're interrupted by a pair of students. I recognize them, though I only know one of their names. Yo, Inco, Mayumi. That's our word. You can't say that. So I saw that what you submitted for the contest, and I just love it. I was... Wait, what? Okay. It was so good I just had to show it to my friend. Yeah, man, I just had to come see who made it when Lunara told me all about it. And when she told me, I was like, oh my god. I just knew when I saw you, you had that artistic spirit. Pretty damn fantastic, especially for a newbie. I'm a bit taken aback by her backhanded compliment. Still, it is a compliment. The first real one I've heard since coming to St. Hammond. About my art, I mean. Oh my gosh, I never introduced myself, did I? I'm Kiara. It's so nice to meet you. Yeah, likewise. Cool. I mean, if it's not that great of a piece. It's just something I had offhand. Last minute. Damn, you're selling yourself way too short here. Yeah, your work is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I'm thinking we should hang out sometime. Oh, you... Oh, boy. Oh, you slut. Stop trying to get into his pants. Oh, shit. The bell is ringing soon. Already? Damn. Well, it was nice seeing you again, Inco. Keep up the great work. Be seeing you later. Yeah, be seeing you real soon, Inco. I can't help but smile at my new friends, wave their goodbyes, and depart. A heady feeling of joy washing through my head as I replay their words of praise repeatedly. In the corner of my eye, Olivia's smile reflects the overwhelming cheer I'm feeling, though it seems to vanish the moment I look her way. Looks like you're becoming the talk of the school. I mean, I hoped I'd get some positive feedback about my work, but I didn't realize that it'd be that good. Olivia chews her lip in contemplation before turning to me. Say, Inco, can I see your submission? Sure, give me a sec. Luckily, I'm prepared, as not only do I have my portfolio drive, but I finally set up a cloud drive for it. It's as simple as opening up the application on my phone and swiping to the exact digital copy to present it to Olivia. Ta-da! I consider it my magnum opus. Magnum opus, I finally get to say it. Ooh. You keep a copy of it on your phone? Well, I got my whole portfolio in cloud storage. I learned it was good practice from a couple of artist blogs. So what do you think? Olivia squints at my phone as she does her best to formulate her opinion. It's nice. The compost of it is really something. You mean composition? Yeah, that. You did great, Inco. Getting a compliment from Olivia for my work feels a bit alien to me. But maybe, just maybe, this was the start of something anew. Yeah, I can almost feel it now. Inco Nito. Ace photographer, capable of capturing masterpieces through photo lens. Yeah, that has a nice ring to it. Olivia must see my self-congratulatory grin, because her own drops. Alright, you did good. Don't let it get to your head. When the grin remains, she forces it off by elbowing me in the chest. Oh! Warned you. That's gonna leave a bruise. I felt like a dipshit the other day. On this chair. I just leaned back in the weirdest and turned around in a weird way, and there I went. With that exchange behind us, Olivia and I get ready for class. As was the norm by now, Mr. Ideken began class with some violent abuse of school property. Good morning, good morning. Now settle down, we've got announcements to go over. I sit back in my seat, subtly feeling at the spot where Olivia smacked me to check. Yep, bruised. Sheesh. As the pale Pteron continued on reading from the announcement sheet, like he did every day, I found myself lost in my own thoughts. Nothing else really happens that I'd consider out of the ordinary. Things that are new, like the school itself, are finally starting to become mundane. Later at lunch, I'm rattling off my best stand-up to Olivia while Damien's out getting seconds. Liz had retreated to her usual space in the rafters. And then he says, "Oh, goddamn!" Olivia's what could they possibly be joking about? Well, I need to know. Olivia's hand flies to her nose, trying and failing to contain the snort-filled laughter. At least I'm telling you a joke instead of showing you some weird meme I found on my phone. It sets off a chain reaction as my own laughter spills over my mouthful of cheap school burger. God, you suck at comedy, Inco. Olivia drinks greedily from her canteen to alleviate her sore vocal cords. Is that why you're all out of breath? It was a pity laugh. Stick to photography. You got a better one? The mood is slow to settle, but once Olivia has caught her breath, she speaks with a snide smile. In fact, I do. So a Triceratops, a T-Rex, and a Rhinorex find a lamp. Her mouth clamps shut and eyes go wide. Did she get this one from Reddit? Olivia? Ah, perfect. I was looking for you too. Olivia casts her eyes down to her lunch, spearing her mystery meat roughly with a talon. Hey Ben, what's up? I figured I'd come by and congratulate you on your submission entry. This again? I mean, it is my best piece, but all the praise for it is still surprising. It's exhilarating, all these compliments and everything. Thanks, man. Maybe I'll be the winner of the contest. What do you think, Olivia? The green Gator girl flinches. Ben shakes his head. Also, Olivia, great to catch you here. Principal Scalar wanted me to remind you that you need to clean up after yourself. Leaving messes in class can disrupt students in other periods. Scalar said that. Why not tell Olivia herself? Because why do it yourself when somebody else can do it for you? She's busy and tired of reminding you. Olivia scoffs at the mention of our principal, yet keeps her mouth firmly closed. Must not be that important then. Inco, I just spent my entire second period cleaning up her mess because she's not taking anything seriously. I'm not surprised to be Scalar's errand boy, and I'm certainly not I'm not supposed to be Scalar's errand boy, and I'm certainly not supposed to be a personal janitor. I'm left to frown at Olivia giving Ben the silent treatment. Was it wrong of me to think she'd be more open with everyone else like she is with me? Do you know how hard it is to scrub baking soda out from the carpet once it's dried? Can you just try to not make other people's lives harder? Ben, what the hell? I didn't mean that. I went too far. Sorry. Olivia tries shooting me an indifferent gaze. It cracks a bit into embarrassment when I don't return it. Ben's comment is completely uncalled for, and I can't just stand around if she's not going to even defend herself. Come on, Ben, leave her alone. My point being, Olivia, this is completely ridiculous. I expect better from you. Expect? How can you have expectations for her? That came out a little wrong. Well, I expect her to do the bare minimum and not waste my time. Olivia doesn't even bother looking at Ben, instead, she's looking at me with that sad face until she quietly wheels away from us. I think I went a little too far there. Man. He pinches his brow and sighs. And left standing here with the student council president, I wonder what I had done that earned me Olivia's ire just now. That bad? Mia really wanted me to have lunch with her today. She's definitely going to give me an earful after school. He glances at his phone and grimaces at the notifications. Spoke too soon. She's giving me one now. Well, you should probably grab your lunch while there's still time. Ben glances up at one of the clocks in the lunchroom. There's only about 10 minutes of lunch left. Yeah, you're right. But the lines usually close 5 minutes ago. His fist hammers his palm in epiphany. Oh, you used the vending machine out there. Anything good there? I've been enjoying the atomic hot taquitos recently. But Damien tells me he's a bigger fan of bitter melon bites. Bitter melon it is. I don't think my tail could handle that amount of capsaicin. I've never heard that word before. Ben gets up from his seat. Alright, I'll go check it out. Let's see. One of his feet gets caught in the stool, and he stumbles head first. Right into Damien's tray, stacked high with mystery meat. He face plants right through the tray and onto the floor. On the bright side, the mystery meat cushions the fall. On the dark side, the mystery meat cushions his fall. Oh, Ben, you alright? I jump from my seat to go help him up. Bleh. Instinctively, I take a look around the cafeteria. All eyes are on us. I already hear it starting. Various murmurs about the safety of the student council president, murmurs that start breaking into jeers. I know how this song and dance goes. It's over for Ben. It's so Benver. He gets up and dusts off his blazer. Not exactly what I meant when I said meet and greet, Damien. But damn, just take it in stride. Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry. All of a sudden, the entire attitude of the cafeteria shifted before my eyes. The jeers were deflected into a general amusement that permeated throughout the room. One of the nearby students stands up and hands him a few napkins to wipe his face off. Hey, thanks. How does he manage to stay composed while covered in school mystery meat? I'm both impressed and jealous. You okay? I thought you couldn't eat meat. Nah, even if I swallowed any, it'd take a lot more than that to really be an issue. I'll be fine, thanks for the concern, though. Damn, dropping it like a dub. Even as he brushes off the lunchroom grime, Ben carries himself with dignity. If that had been me, this guy has some seriously quick wit. No, there's probably a little more to it than that. Man, I was looking forward to eating that. Why on earth did you even have that much meatloaf? I asked the cafeteria lady earlier this morning to let me have the leftovers. And now it's gone a bit to waste. He eyes the remains on the floor. Some poor janitor's gonna have to mop all that up. Maybe. Don't even think about it. The bell signaling our next class tolls. The fist fights and gang wars cease on command, and everyone starts milling towards the exits. The cafeteria empties enough that I can clearly see the Ben-shaped meatloaf angel on the floor. There's a familiar, rubbery, and textured feeling on my fingertips. My instincts had kicked in, hands going for my camera to capture the moment. After which a sense of shame rolls over me. That I would even consider capturing something like this, especially when it's happening to my friend. I get up from my seat with a heavy sigh and finally head for my next class. I hope Ben will have the time to clean up before photography. He's got 5 minutes. Well, I think it already technically shows. Yeah, it's fine. I had to do it. On my way to photography, I'm still a bit caught up with what just happened. I think I'm starting to see how Ben accomplished that. I mean, ordinarily an incident that embarrassing would just be detrimental to your social standing. On my first day, I went through something like that, an event so humiliating people were spreading rumors for days. Sure, they died out pretty quick, but the fact that it happened. One moment everything is fine, then suddenly something you couldn't have even seen coming just upends your life. Stuff like that can happen all the time, and to anyone. It's something that always terrified me. It's something that just happened to Ben, only he was exempt. He was quick on his feet and diffused the situation faster than it could have even really started. It's like disaster avoidance. I seriously think it's the most important skill one could have. To have everything under control, to see trouble from a mile away and make it a non-issue even when it takes you by surprise. That sort of social capital is something I need. Maybe it's a little selfish, but if I were seen that way, then any sudden happenings would be forgiven instantly. Of course, Ben isn't alone. The world is full of people with that skill, Only I'd be lying if I said both of them deserved it. Most people able to get away with stuff use their unique ability for just that, getting away with stuff. What should be seen as a blessing of a social buffer is just some enabling trait of theirs. A charismatic get-out-of-jail-free card. If I had that ability, I'd use it to push myself to my limits, both artistically and productively. That's my ultimate goal. Ben is one of the good ones, definitely. He's definitely earned my respect over this. The question remains, though, how do I get like that? That line of thinking is cut off as I round the next corner. Wanted to talk with you, Olivia. At the center of the hallway intersection, I see Mia and Olivia. Oh, come the fuck on now, Olivia. Don't be such a killjoy. I'm trying to be nice here. The grin on Mia's face is jovial as she stands before the wheelchair-bound girl. Her tail lazily swaying as she eyes Olivia. Man, I never realized how lethal those spikes on her tail look. After all, have to be nice to someone as talented as Olivia, don't I? Behind her are a pair of similarly smiling Saurian girls. Actually, wait a minute. Those two. Don't tell me. They're Mia's friends. Oh no. I mean, she knows her way around a palette and canvas. Right, Olivia? A paraplegic Picasso here. It's you, right? I can't imagine how useless you must feel otherwise. I'm so glad you're able to put those thoughts aside and paint some things you like. Mia takes a step towards Olivia, her previous expression taking on a more ominous air. But she seemed so nice before. What the fuck? Yet, for all that talent and untapped potential, you seem to lack some of the basics expected of a functioning young adult. Mia's lips part, revealing a cruel grin. I hear you've been a really dirty, messy little baby. Leaving your stuff everywhere in class and getting it all over the place. We should stick you in a cute little bib. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Kiara and Lunara laugh, jeering loudly at Olivia. Mia snaps her finger, causing the two of them to go quiet. What are you? I still don't want to believe it. Those two, they were so nice to me. What are they doing with Mia? I know them. They're smart. They know if this is what it looks like, then it's horrible. They know if this is what it looks like, it's horrible. They're not the kind of people to punch down like this. But they all decided to do this, right? So what's going on? Is there more to the situation? Mia takes another step forward, her figure now looming over Olivia, as she looks down with a cruel sneer on her lips. Normally I wouldn't waste my time trying to single you out, but I'm going to use this moment to make you get the picture. Benny was supposed to join me for lunch, but he had to stay behind to clean up after your mess. You got your issues, you can't ride a bike, whatever. That's your fucking problem. Stop making it mine, Olivia. Or do I need to start being a problem for ya? Yeah, does Ben look like your nanny? Well, she does come pre-packaged with the stroller. Come on, Mia, that's crossing the line. Not like she can stand up to you, or to anyone. What? I'm just chatting with Liv here. But if I did hurt your feelings, I'm really, really sorry. Kiara's beak clicks loudly and repetitively while Lunara's hand covers her maw to hide a giggle. Oh, don't take it so personally, Olivia. I'm just teasing you. Right, Liv? We're all just one big happy family here. Lord knows some of us could use one. I don't even know how to respond to that. I want to hear both sides of the story here. What history Mia and Olivia have for a confrontation like this? I'd think getting this upset over her missing lunch with Ben is extreme, but Mia's friends remain by her side, completely steadfast against Olivia. Is it that bad? And yet, Olivia says nothing to her. She has her head atop the knuckles of her hand like I would during Procling's history lessons. There were moments where Olivia's tail would press onto the floor, shifting her chair back to the side. It looked like she was attempting to sidestep the conversation with that muscular tail, but Mia's own movements cut off her escape attempts. Mia returns the calm stare. There's no motion, but the staring contest was a fight in its own way, and the first to look away would lose. Olivia's frigid indifference against Mia's piercing gaze. Kiara ends up dropping her phone and both glare at her simultaneously. A draw. Kiara, I swear I'll kill you one of these days. Olivia takes the opportunity to move past Mia. Mia takes no time to toughen her stance and continues to spew her spew of insults. What, leaving so soon? No response. And so quickly. That's almost normal walking speed. I was honestly thinking you need a cooler nickname to go with your need for speed. Hotwheels. In an instant, Olivia stops to a squeaking halt. Gone was her stoic face. In its place, where her eyes were wide with shock. How the hell? Olivia's face falters. Mia quickly steps ahead again and places a foot on her left wheel. Your brain-dead finhead friend told me back in gym class. He went on about how you had it back when you were still soiling your diapers. Honestly, I think you should embrace it. So say it. Well? Are you retarded, you stupid bitch? Fucking say it. God, do you need fucking speech therapy too? Say it. Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels. See, I knew you could do it. Kinda fitting. I agree with half of it. Olivia's claws dig into her armrests. Maybe that's the nuance. The point is that only half of it works. Mia turns to look at Kiara and Lunara, eliciting some more giggling from them. I'm sure you wouldn't mind us making it cool again, though, right? I mean, you were such a winner back then. Mia leans in close, her voice now a harsh stage whisper as she glares daggers through Olivia. What's wrong, Hotwheels? Don't want to talk anymore? Am I not good enough for you? Even from afar, I can tell that Olivia is starting to lose her composure. Her tail lays limp on the floor, as if the energy to hold it was drained away. Oh my god. I think this is bullying. Wait a minute. I've heard about this before. Cartoon Network told me about it. I don't want to believe it. But it's undeniable by now. This is textbook bullying. It's unfair. It's like when you're in line to use the restroom after hours and hours of waiting. Just go home at that point. And someone cuts in front of you, completely inexcusable. Sure, that's similar, I guess. Is this the part where I should step in? What do I even say? I have to at least try, right? It's my duty as a fellow student. Maybe I don't need to say anything at all. Just being present for Olivia against the horde. And it certainly wouldn't help if I got an even bigger target on my back for Mia. Olivia wrenches herself free from Mia's foot and continues down the hall. The others follow like vultures. Oh man, I need to think and act fast. My legs move on their own and I cross into the hallway. I'm instantly noticed. Mia's already registered my presence and her expression changes. My heart starts beating quicker and harder. Time's up for being indecisive. That one. Screw it. If Olivia's not going to defend herself, then I will. Olivia needs my help here. Hey, what's going on here? Oh, good lord, it's basic Baldy coming... No running in the halls. Oh, good lord, it's basic Baldy coming in to save the day now. Piss off, new guy. You won't score any points doing this. I grit my teeth. Damn, son. God, as if this were for... I grit my teeth as if this were for popularity. Luckily, I know what to do in this situation. Take this, bitch. No. Hey, I can go get a teacher right now. If this is how my classmates treat each other, I'm disappointed. Especially you two, Lunara, Kiara. Kiara and Lunara look aside a bit, more aware of their situation now that I've pointed it out. You know him? Yeah. It doesn't surprise me Lunara's gotten cozy with him. But come on, dude. We weren't ganging up on Olivia. You were. I saw all of it. You all bullied her. Bully? Really? Mia spits out the word bully like it's the word of the day in kindergarten. Somehow it makes me feel silly for saying it. You gonna tell me to pick on someone my own size next? Did you even hear me? I said I'd go get a teacher. All the people my own size. I think I killed them all already. Kidding. Damn. God damn, son. You really need to loosen up, huh? Are you ignoring me? I said, I heard you the first time, retard. Instead of repeating yourself over and over like a frickin' idiot, how about you try a threat that actually scares me? Suspension doesn't scare you? She smiles. Let's just call it friends in high places. Look, just cut Olivia some slack. Shut that gullet of yours. Hey Olivia, I think your pellet in here it hasn't graduated night school yet. You wouldn't like it if this is how it would actually go. You wouldn't like it if it were you. Mia laughs, dryly. Why the fuck are you trying so hard? It's hilarious. Are you just trying to get a piece of that leathery gator tail? What the fuck? Yes, fuck, exactly that. Let me slip something that works into those pants, babe. The other two start chortling again. Mia's forced me lower on their social scales. They're compromised. My face heats up. I'm starting to see red. And yet I'm frozen in place. How can she just claim something like that without hesitation? I caught it this time. Oh my, he's not responding at all. His head is so red, he's totally into gumping it. What? What does that mean? This was a mistake. No, it's for Olivia. They're not focusing on her anymore. I can still fix this. You'll never fix it. I take a step forward to continue my argument, but Olivia grabs me by the wrist. She gives me a pleading look, one that makes my thoughts stop in their tracks. Oh, isn't that sweet? She knows you shouldn't be embarrassing yourself more than you already have. Is that true? She gives a single solemn nod. How touching. Hey, it's getting late. You gonna clean up your fucking act or what? She glares at Mia, then to me, then back. Another single nod. Oh, so I can try basically anything with you and it's no dice. But when things get rough for him, things change. Good to know. The three saunter off round the corner. I turn to look back at Olivia, who in turn scowls and wheels past me without a word. What? I reach out to her. Olivia, are you... She smacks my hand away. Sorry. It's just that I can sit back and let Mia trash talk you like that. Olivia stops in her tracks for a moment, her head turning back towards me. In her eyes, I don't see any anger or sadness. Only disappointment. Her citrine eyes are downcast, her claws kneading the cheap leather of her armrest. It takes me a second to realize Olivia isn't talking to me. Forget it. Olivia doesn't even wait for me to say anything back to her request. Her arms push roughly on the rims of her chair, which takes off down the hall without so much as giving anything or anyone the time of day. History class is as bland as it usually is. Proclin continues prattling on about some sort of historical event. But most of my attention is on Olivia. She has her hoodie over her head and looks lost in thought. That altercation must have shaken her up more than I thought it would be. A part of me wants to ask if she'll be okay, even though I'd already asked 3 times already. But the last thing I'd want to do is prod at her. Soon enough, class nears its end, and Olivia uses her accommodation to leave the class early. Besides, we can talk about it after school if she wants to anyways. The more I think about it, the more I realize that I had my first real confrontation with a bully at school. I heard once that when you get into a fight for the first time, you throw up from the adrenaline. No fists were thrown, but I feel about the same right now. I wring my hands together to try steadying them. Geez, I'm a wuss. I stood up to Mia for Olivia, and I ended up in this mess. The final class ends, and I'm set free for the day. Stepping out of St. Hammond's main entrance, I'm surprised to see my friends huddled together in a tightly knit group. I usually don't see any of them after school. I always assumed they left as soon as the bell rang. Hey guys, what's going... Inco! Damien looks exceptionally worried as he glances at me. Inco, you believe me, right? Pardon? Olivia's nostrils flare with an exasperated snort. I didn't mean for any of that to happen. What's the matter, Damien? When Mia asked about that nickname stuff from so long ago, I just blurted it out. She didn't say she'd use it for something so unscrupulous. I'm ashamed it took me more than a moment to figure out what was happening. Guess Damien feels culpable for what Mia said. But why? You don't know what that word means. Who cares? Inco, really, I didn't mean for any of that to happen. Hey, I believe you, man. Your heart was in the right place. Olivia told us what happened with Mia, calling her some nickname. Damien leans back over an unresponsive Olivia, hands spread in supplication. She said you were there too. I was, yeah. Olivia, you loved that nickname way back when we were kids. Damien's words were dismissed with a roll of her smoky eyes. He didn't really mean it, Olivia. I know already. For a split second, she bore row upon row of sharp teeth before gnashing her maw in frustration. Olivia's nostrils flare out with a huff of hot breath again, and I could practically see everything from her day finally weigh on her. You were just being you again, Damien. Sometimes I wish you weren't, but whatever. There's a grittiness to her voice once more, but she continues on. She holds her canteen up to her lips, but drops it immediately. Empty again. The grit in her voice is back, but she presses on. And the nickname is just that, a nickname. I don't want to hear it again. Especially from her, and especially if it's just to get under my skin. Olivia stares at Damien for a while before breaking contact to glance at Liz and I. Why not? Wait, did I say that? Why did I ask that? It just kinda came out. Liz noticed Damien still organizing his thoughts. Seeing as neither of the others are going to answer coherently, she sighs. Well, I wasn't around for this, but... When they were freshmen in middle school, Damien and Olivia would take the bus every weekend to an arcade in the city. I guess he came up with the nickname around then, and it stuck. That's half right, but I didn't come up with it. I'd brought a chunk of change for us to play stuff with each other. A match on just about anything there was, a quarter, probably still is. But I don't think I won even once. When she stood to win something, it's like a switch went off in her head. I'd never seen Olivia get like that. Some of the teenagers were watching too. They saw everything. A couple challenged her once I ran out of cash, and sure enough, she ended up clearing house all afternoon. It was all she'd talk about at school all week until we could go back for more. Only took like a month for her to be recognized as some local champion. Sometime along the way, people started calling her Hotwheels. Don't really know who or when. But I do know it's proof she's got that fire in her. Well, yeah, I had fun back then. I guess I forgot I wasn't supposed to bring it up. Have things really changed that much? And you did, again. Damien hisses to himself. Sorry. Just can't help yourself. But you're right. That was the best time of my life. The name Hot Wheels belongs to 10-year-old me. Not current me. Hey, that's a great story. To be recognized so well that you get a cool nickname. That sounds amazing. Being a champion. Being a winner. Why all the disdain for the title? I'm not. What? I'm not a winner anymore. Because you don't go to the arcade anymore? If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's only like a half hour away. Olivia looks at Liz like she just recommended everyone watch the newest Netsticks anime. Well, if this story's anything to go by, I'd like to see you be a winner again. Olivia's breath seems to hitch for a moment. And I'm sure these guys want to see it too. Damien's the one that dragged you out to our lunch table all this time, right? Look at him. He's nearly kneeled over because he's afraid of losing that part of you. And Liz? I think I'd like to see why you and Damien are really close friends. Yeah. And just as quick as I'd gained the bravado to speak up, the words left me immediately. Think I accidentally put Olivia on the spot there. Whoops. Well... Her tail rolls along the ground, a bit in contemplation. If you guys really care that much about it, I wouldn't mind it from you guys. All at once, Damien lights up. Yeah! Alright, Hot Wheels is back. You guys now refers to Liz and Inco. Damien's shoulders stop for a moment, but he quickly recovers. Hey, if we're getting the name out again, we should go visit the arcades together sometime. I'd rather not. Okay, how about a better name, like Death Roll? Olivia swings her tail around to trip him, but he's fast enough to jump over it. I can imagine that right in my head. Those exact movements. Damien's words flood out as he contemplates new nicknames for Olivia to try and appease her, many of which are shot down by her and leave Liz and I chuckling. Gradually, our giggles died down and the four of us chatted a bit more about the day in general. Eventually, Damien and Liz headed their respective ways, with Olivia deciding to stick around. Most of the school has filtered out to their various homebound brides, or to their after-school activities, leaving Olivia and I all alone. Hey, I'll roll with you. Really? I mean, I don't mind, of course. It's nothing. House is only a few blocks away anyways. Besides, I'm sure someone would beat you up and take your lunch money if I didn't. There's plenty of time to make it to the next train, so the two of us take it easy. The sun finally managed to break through the autumn clouds, making the walk almost unseasonably warm. I don't know if it's different lighting with a different time of day. So, man, I thought the last day of summer was weeks ago. It was. I don't mind it staying warm longer, though. Feels pretty great to me. Olivia gives her chair an extra hard push, letting herself glide by unaided long enough to stretch out her arms and bask in the sunlight. I might have figured you'd like the heat. Oh, what, because I'm a dino? No, not like that. I'm just plain. Relax. You're pretty touchy on that stuff, aren't you? The two of us finally make it to the train platform, nestled as if off the main street. I can see the train a few blocks away, our walk timed up with its arrival perfectly. I just think it's important to be educated is all. Even if you're the only human at our school? Olivia flashes me a cheeky grin as my train pulls up. I've got to admit, but her mischievous nature is a little infectious. As the train doors open, I leave Olivia with one final jab, something I knew she'd appreciate. Hey, whatever you say, Hotwheels. I neatly dodge out of the way of her slashing claws. Stepping smartly onto the train as the doors close. Inco, you son of a bitch! Get back here! As the doors ding shut behind me, I can see an irate and still blushing Olivia waving her fists as the train begins to pull away. What in the heck? Still giggling, I manage to squeeze myself into a seat next to a yellow-scaled woman smelling faintly of hot dogs. Okay, that's him sitting down. Bring her back. Well, you probably can't. Because you probably can't this time. Might be a character that actually belongs to somebody else, so probably can't do that. But you can talk about it. You know, I may pay for that comment later. But the look on her face was totally worth it.